Hey everyone. Sorry about the video in the car. It's really windy outside. I wanted you to be able to hear the introduction to this video, but today I'm going to be here at this mine site that I frequently visit. I have permission to come on this site. It's a mine that's been inactive for the past 10 years, but I rummage through the waste piles, do some rock hounding, and you can come up with some really nice pieces here. Things we'll be looking for are sulfide minerals, gang minerals such as calcite, dolomite, pyrite, chalcopyrite, marcasite. There's fluorite here. There's all kinds of stuff here. It's really a treasure trove of minerals. It's a really great place to rummage around. I'm going to be hitting the waste piles, probably go to the old ore stockpile area. Yeah, and just walk around, see what I can find. As I said before, I found some really nice stuff here that I've had in my personal collection now for a while. And yeah, let's see what we can find today. Okay, so I've been walking around here for about 5 minutes, and not much on the ground in this area, but just to show you kind of a glimpse of what we're looking for here. Right here you can see there's a little bit of sphalerite on this limestone here. And you can see the little honey color. Yeah, that's a zinc mineral, and that's kind of the thing we're looking for. You'll find some cool stuff around here. Some nice rock with some banding on it. It's pretty neat. So yeah, we'll keep looking, but that's that's the kind of stuff we're looking for, but hopefully in a little more glamorous style. Just came up on this little guy here. Looks like some dolomite. You can see you can tell dolomite from calcite. It's got the rhombohedral style cleavage. And it's a little more platey, and it's a little more milky and white color. But it's a nice piece there. Nothing worth really taking home, but good example of another type of mineral found here. Well, I think I just found our first keeper of the day. Not sure if you can see that. Right here. Ooh, she's cemented in there pretty good. I'll have to use this bad boy to get her out of here. So we can see some fluorite in there. Some of that purple. It's very nice. Some dolomite with some fluorite. Nice little piece. Be keeping that one. So not too far from where I found that fluorite piece, I came across this little guy here. And it looked like a little piece of dirt, but actually that's really hard. That's some sort of mineral, and I'm gonna guess that's probably some marcasite that's been weathered. Marcasite's fairly easily weathered when it's exposed to the elements, and yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that one up so that you guys can see that one. That's gonna look nice once all that crud's scraped off there. Anyway, on to the next one. So I found a little guy here. You can see that guy right there. You don't usually find too many of these here at this site, but Wow. That is a nice little piece of chalcedony. Don't see too much red going through it, but I'll have to clean that up, take a better look at it. I'll show it at the end of the video once I clean all these guys up. So I'm in this little area right here, and there's a couple nice things going on here. First thing is this guy. See a little bit of red staining there. A little piece of chalcedony. Nice size. Might polish up good. And not really worth taking, but some nice examples of some pink granites here. You can see one here. Really nice piece. That would actually look, I might take that after all. That's gonna look really good on the saw. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. That'll polish up really nice. Yeah, I'll take that one. So I came upon this guy here. See if I can get it in the sun. See a little bit of tarnish on there. It usually means there's some sort of metal. Take a look at her. See if we can get her close up here. Get in the sun. Looks like some marcasite again. It's the thing with the marcasite. It's basically the same thing as pyrite. It's called white pyrite. Its chemical composition is only slightly different, and it breaks down a little bit easier than pyrite. But when you find some preserved specimens, it can be pretty spectacular. The crystals. It's a shame. I think I found something else here too. At first look, it looks like cement, but it's not. There's some calcite crystals on there. That'll need to be cleaned up, but that might turn out to be a good find. Take her home, clean her up. Also looks like got another little green guy here. Whoops. Move over to the ore stockpile now. Been walking around for quite a bit, not finding much until this little spot, but I think I'll move over to the ore stockpile. Back in a sec. So I made my way over to the ore stockpile, or at least where it used to be, and you just see the floor of it now. It's some bigger stuff, and I think I just came across my find of the day. It might not look much, but to an old geologist like myself, it's kind of exciting. You can see some really dark honey, like the molasses type Sphalerite crystals. You can see it on this side here. You see the dolomite, and then you see interbedded inside, you see the Sphalerite. Just beautiful, actually. You don't really see this type of crystal structure here. It's usually the massive, really fine grade honey type Sphalerite, but this is kind of rare. But when I flip this over is where the real gem appears. I don't know if you can see that or make that out, but what you're seeing is a perfectly formed crystal of fluorite crossed from a perfectly formed crystal of Sphalerite. And I'd say that's the biggest crystal of Sphalerite I've seen here. I've seen bigger fluorite, but that's just a nice example of a crystal standing alone by itself. Man, this is my find of the day for sure. I mean, I can't speak too soon, but that's exciting. That's going home with me for sure. Hopefully hopefully we can find something equal to this. Well, I think I did speak too soon. I'm staring at, I think, what could replace the find of the day with a new find of the day. And I'm just hoping that has some Sphalerite too, because I'm seeing a lot of Pyrite, but man, that's heavy. Wow. I am not seeing any Sphalerite or galena, but that's a lot of Pyrite, and that's heavy. And it's got some cool stuff going. It's almost like it's banded. I'll tell you what, that would look really good on the saw. If my saw would cut it, that might be too much metal, but wow. I don't know if that makes me more excited than the other fluorite crystal I found, but that's nice. That's coming home too, yeah. So far, so good in the ore stockpile. Come across another interesting find. Looks like some fine grain rhyolite. It's a little light. I'll have to take a look at that closer, wash it up a bit. But yeah, some nice features in them. Barely noticed this guy, but really hard to make out. There he is right there. I'm gonna pluck him out of his hole. And that's a nice little piece of chalcedony. And it looks like there might be some darker red in there. Let's clean that one up. I don't have any water with me. I wish I did. I should have brought some, but I'll at the summary video at the end, I'll wash that up and show it to you guys. It's a nice little find. So as soon as I turned my camera off and found that little piece of chalcedony, I just glanced over to my right and I saw this guy laying there. And I haven't pulled it out yet, but it's shining. It's glistening. And I'm gonna pull her out. It's kind of dirty. I wish I had water with me, but oh my God. Wow. Whew. That right there is a honking piece of marcasite, and the crystals do not look tarnished at all. That dirt looks like it might have saved it, but that right there is gorgeous. When I wash that, that's gonna pop. Wow. That's the find of the day. That could be the find of the day right there. Whew. You guys are in for a treat when I wash that one off. Stay tuned for that. Almost tripped over this little beauty. Can you see her? Right there. That's a nice little piece of chalcedony. Good size too for here. Yep, and that'll look nice polished and wet. Let's keep going. I mean, this guy here is really weird looking. Man, it almost looks like a fossil, but fossils are so rare here. I don't think so. Yeah, maybe not. Nice little piece of jasper. I think I'll keep that. I apologize if my camera's a little unsturdy, but I keep looking up. A couple days ago, I'm told there was a bear and her cub wandering around. So I'm always looking up. Really like to avoid running into that situation. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm getting a little farther from the truck, and I gotta tell you, I don't want to be out here if I run into that bear. So yeah, I think we found some good stuff today, and I'll put it at the end of the video, and we'll polish some stuff up and with some water, and we'll take a look and see what it really looks like. Stay tuned. So I ended up having to go back to the truck. I carried too much, was collecting too much, had too much big stuff to bring back. So I'm probably gonna call it quits for the day. But man, I'm coming back here for sure. This is a part where I haven't been in a while, but it's just goes to show, even though you've been here a while, you picked it over. There's always stuff to find. But one last thing here, as I was coming back to the truck, I just glanced down here. There's one last little piece of chalcedony goodness waiting for me. A little bit of red in it. Get that one wet and show it at the end of the video as well. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back home after the day of collecting, and laid everything out on the table that we found that's worth showing. First row here, we have all of our chalcedony pieces. As I said, chalcedony on that site's pretty rare, so finding a couple pieces, especially a couple pieces as big as these last two here. This one was pretty nice, had some, actually ended up having some color in it when I cleaned it. And we have a couple other pieces here, big pieces that pretty cool. This one's white, more white and bluish. There's a little bit of red in it. That might look good cut, maybe polished. Same with that one. Then we get into the second row here. This little funny little piece that we found, I actually thought at first it was marcasite, but it's not. It's looks like it's a limestone, just a little funny configuration of limestone. So it's pretty cool. Then we have the dolomite. Again, you can see the nice perfect rhombohedral cleavage on that, and you know, it's milky white. That's what distincts it from calcite. And that little piece there ended up being cool. When I washed it off, it has a lot of quartz and calcite crystals in it, interbedded with some sand, and you can even see some pyrite and marcasite in there that's sparkling. So that's ended up being pretty cool. Got our piece of fluorite here. You can see the purple crystals mixed with the dolomite crystals. Pretty happy to find that one. And we have our rhyolite here. Let's pour a little water on that. Missed it. Ended up being really nice color. Some pink and some purple. Might cut that, see what it looks like. And then we have one of the three big boys here. Some of my favorite pieces here. You can see a lot of the sphalerite crystals there, the dark honey color. And then we had of course, the really cool purple fluorite crystal across from the sphalerite crystal. That's just really cool. Definitely keep that. And then we had the big piece of pyrite mixed in with some dolostone and a little bit of dolomite as well. Looks banded. I'm going to cut that, I think. Take a look, see what it looks like on the saw. If my saw will cut that, I might have to get a new blade. But that's a really nice piece. And the find of the day, it ended up being the find of the day. I cleaned it up, and you can see there, it's a nice big honking piece of marcasite with crystals. And yeah, it's just, I cleaned it up, I took a brush to it, and yeah, it's looking really good now. You can see all the, you can tell marcasite from pyrite. First of all, the marcasite's a little whiter, hence the name white pyrite, they call it, but it's also got different crystal structures. You can see these are more orthorhombic, I think they call it, where pyrite crystals typically are cubic or octahedral. But yeah, that's just a really nice piece. I might even put that on a desk or something. That's really spectacular. It's one of the better pieces I've found at that site. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the finds and the video, and just trying to bring, you know, some positive stuff to YouTube as far as rock hounding. I follow a lot of guys. I really enjoy a lot of guys' content, and I just hope to bring some content from my part of the world here in Nova Scotia, and hopefully, you know, you can get some enjoyment out of it. And you know, like and subscribe and hit the bell and ding the whistle, whatever the bells are, all the buttons, smash them all. Be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Enjoy.